What is your organization doing to stop animal abuse in our community?
We actively go out and do home checks on animals that we get complaints on. In the summer, sometimes it's because it's too hot. In the winter, it's too cold. If we see any that are suspected, then we check on those.
Okay, and do you house them here?
We do. We bring them back here. Sometimes the owners will sign them over. Sometimes they will not. Sometimes they have to be removed until we can go to court to get custody of the animal. The main goal would be to protect the abused and neglected, to house the unwanted, and to reduce the amount of animals that are abused and unwanted every year.
Actively enters the public space to find animals in distress and to save their lives. The many volunteers that work tirelessly at the shelter to help save the distressed animals are a very crucial part of the shelter. The shelter would not be able to function without these incredible volunteers. The animal shelter is a very reliable place to send animals in need of shelter or medical attention. Report animal abuse or adopt animals of your own. The pets the human race claim to love and care for so much are being deprived of the three essential needs in life: food, water, and shelter. Therefore, the animals are being starved and forced to live without shelter in the extreme heat of the summer and even the harsh cold of the winter. Most of the abuse that occurs in pets today is taking place in dogs and cats, as they are the most common pets in the world. The 1,880 cruelty cases reported in the media in 2007, 64% involved dogs and 18% involved cats. The other 18% involved animals of other species.
Neglect and abuse both kind of go together. Shelter, food, water, shade, and then sometimes there's also medical abuse. Where they need medical treatment and they're not seeking the medical treatment required. All of those are considered abuse. There's pretty much different levels of it. And, some things are pretty easy to fix, some things are not. Some things are quite expensive. We do work with a lot of rescue organizations.
Dogs and cats are probably the most abused then, since there's most of them, right?
If you go by the amount of dogs and cats that we see, most of those are the abuse cases, neglect cases, and stuff that we do see. And more so dogs even than cats. Dogs require a lot more attention and stuff than cats do, so we see a lot more of those.
Okay. What are the most effective way to end animal abuse?
Most of it is education, but somebody has to speak for the ones that can't speak for themselves, and there has to be a place to take animals if you don't want them anymore, rather than just dumping them in.
Okay, and then what can community members do to stop animal abuse? So teenagers and even
teenagers ride around
adults.
all the time. Yeah. This would be my number one thing. If you go to a friend's house, if you go to a party, if you're driving around and you see a dog that just doesn't look right, doesn't look taken care of, if you hear your friends saying anything about it, report it. It's anonymous. Your name doesn't ever have to be given. But we can't do anything to help them if we don't know about it. Yeah. So somebody has to speak up.
Community members provide a vital role in the end to animal abuse. They are the ones who report the abuse and who adopt the animals in need of homes. While this is a huge part of what needs to be done to stop the abuse, not everyone is doing their part. Community members can educate others about the abuse, and they can also tell others why it's crucial to report the abuse or neglect to people with the authority to help animals in need. So do the abused animals get justified most of the time, or do you think not as much?
Kentucky doesn't have very harsh penalty. There does need to be harsher laws. People need to be held accountable for their actions.
Not very many people get severely punished for
usually it's a fine. They may hold a little bit of jail time over their head. It might be they can't get another animal for a year or 2 years or something like that. And, if they do repeat it, then they may serve 7 days in jail.
Before 1990, only 6 states had the enforcement of felonies as the punishment of abuse in their animal cruelty laws. But as of today, 46 of the 50 states in the U.S. have these laws. The most punishment animal abusers receive in Kentucky most of the time is either a small fine or a few days in jail, depending on how severe the abuse was. These minimal penalty laws need to change in order to protect our pets and to create a better future for the world.